Yeah, I'm live on the right page. I'm live on the right page. Let me turn my volume. Yo, we here, we live to another one. We live to another one. As I wait for my brother Tracy to join. It's been another week. Use the other one. Don't even get me started on what that was. Don't even get me started on what that was. I'm gonna tell y'all as I wait for my brother Tracy to join. My lady got hooked on the game Overcooked. My lady got hooked on the game Overcooked, and she just popped her head in like, "Oh, well, the controller's not working. Just use the other controller, baby girl." But that's my rib, and y'all know how that go. As me and Tracy often talk about, I'm a fiance. Tracy, what's good? Uh, See, let me add my brother to the live. Yo, we got a good show for y'all tonight, though. We here. We here. I was gonna come in hot today, and I forgot what I was gonna come in hot about.
I'm in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, Trey in here. Yeah. Do we introduce the show first, or do we?
Introduce the show first, bro. Come on now.
Okay. Here we go. I got it. Yo. Welcome to the podcast. I
You
am
forgot?
the chosen one. That's my brother Tracy. Tracy, how you doing, my guy?
I'm chilling, man. Another week. Proud to be here. Happy to be chopping it up with my brother here for the ADP family. So let's have a great, fantastic show. We got y'all a little surprise for tonight.
I don't know how much of a surprise it is. I actually posted it, so I don't know how much of a surprise
It's
it is.
still
But we're gonna
a
call it
surprise. It's
we're
a
gonna call it a
surprise.
brand party. We're gonna call it a brand party.
Pleasure.
We got Fo from the Primetime Fo show
Doubt.
or Talk to Fo show. We've been playing the name. I don't know. We're gonna add it to the live.
Fo was fucking with Primetime Post Show.
You
Don't do
think?
that.
You think?
Don't do that. I thought that was the vibe. Don't do that.
I mean, the vibe is the vibe, which is the vibe. You feel me? So we're
Okay.
gonna add folks to the live, and then our DSP listeners, y'all hear her when she come in. There she go.
You.
Big Fo. There she go. Big Fo. What's good?
Yes, sir.
What's good? Fo, welcome. This is a
Nothing much.
prosperity
Ready for
family.
Friday.
Look at that.
Prosperity family in this thing. What's good?
Prosperity family.
Ready for Friday? What's Friday?
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be a part of the brand.
Ah, yeah.
No doubt.
What's Friday though? What you ready for Friday for?
Hold on, I can't hear.
She turned the wrong phone and turned the wrong one down. Lord have mercy.
Turned the wrong one down.
What you ready for Friday?
What you ready for Friday for?
Got a very special guest coming on Friday.
Oh, you do? For remember the good old days when we used to go to happy hour every week?
Man, what? We used
We was
to
younger
be
then.
lit.
Yeah, me and folks used to go to happy hour every week. So you know how that goes. But
Getting an echo. Are you getting an echo on that side?
I did hear one, but now it kind of left. But
Maybe I'm good. Maybe.
yeah, we might be straight.
I
We should be
bet.
straight.
Cool.
What was I about to say? Nah, yeah, you good. I think we good. If we not, we will.
I can hear it. I don't have an echo anymore.
All right, cool.
It's fine.
Cool. But so what? Do we call this the All Done Podcast and the Primetime
Whatever feels right to you, my man. Whatever feels right to you.
Nah, because a lot of people are in jail for who did what felt right.
I don't think that's not what I'm speaking about,
A little
bro.
backwards.
You're speaking crazy.
Hold on, I lost your phone. Something between your Zoom and your.
God love that Instagram.
Can you hear me?
Nah, it's Zoom. You said what's going backwards? Yeah, now I can hear you.
I mean, either way, we could cut it. We'll figure it out. We'll do what we need to do. It's not a big deal.
I mean, it is if I can't hear answers.
What, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, are we good? Or are we not good?
This is not a good first Prosperity Brand Live, is it?
I mean, first of many. So I mean, we gotta take our time. You know, people show us some grace. You know, we always talk about that, showing people grace. We always talk about that.
All right, so let's start off with folks. Introduce yourself to the ADP that don't know you.
All right, my name, real name is LaShonda. Nobody calls me that. Everybody calls me by my last name, which is Griffin. Nickname, I got the nickname when I was in elementary, Forehead. We kind of shortened it to Fo as I got older. And when I started playing football, one of my favorite players was Deion Sanders. So I love the way he covered. Plus, he don't like tackling. So I got the nickname Primetime. So I just went into with the Primetime
I don't
Fo.
like to tackle.
Of course, I'm an alumni of the Jackson State University.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a lot of y'all. My man went down there, y'all converted him. Now he's Jackson State banned this, Jackson State that.
Yeah.
My man he can't get it out of his system now.
Yeah.
I mean, I cover what I cover when I cover it.
I
But
know.
but nah, that's fire. That's fire. Man, like I said, me and Fo know each other for years. Very first time I seen Fo, we was flag football. All of a sudden, I see somebody with a fade and a mohawk on the field, all over the place, and then she throw up. I'm like, who is this?
Threw up?
Like, yo, who is this?
Threw up?
Yeah, it was right around her birthday.
That's what you
So
do.
I'm like, yo,
Like
who
nerves
is this?
or like we had a night
Like-
before?
No, it's probably
It was the
hungover.
night
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't
and
like the
it took off from
traditional
there.
football sports nervous type of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was probably hungover. Yeah.
I respect
definitely
it. We all
hungover,
been
no,
there.
like, all right.
We all been there. We all been there.
And then,
We all
you
been
know, the rest is history. We became locked in. Definitely love what Fo was doing with her Talk to Fo show
No
and,
doubt.
you know, covering women's football. And she talks about a lot of women's sports in general. And that shit was super dope to me. And as
Okay.
I kept listening, I'm like, yo, Fo, you got a good product. Like, we need to get you on DSPs. You know, come join the brand. Hit Tracy up, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, now we
Right.
here now.
That's kind of where I wanted to start, though. Is like, what? How does one get into women's football? Because I think we've talked about that a few times on the show. As far as it's something that I think we support, but I don't know. You know, how many teams do they have in New York? It's not many, right? What, one or two that you folks came up here to play once or twice? One in DC, one in Albany.
We didn't play the New York team, but there is a New York team, or two. I know it's one upstate, but it's one like based like close to Long Island where we're from.
I think I remember you saying that. But Phil, how did you get into women's football? How did you discover this new trend that I think is really going to be taking over the country here in the next couple of years?
Well, I'm gonna start with this first. A lot of people don't realize women's football, tackle football, has been around for 20 plus years.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't. I definitely didn't. See that?
It's just got down south in Mississippi the last 5-6 years. But when I was in school, I was a hooper, but I wanted to play football. But back then you had to have permission. My mom was like, "No, I'm not signing off on this." So I kind of shied away from it. But I started playing flag football with the at the time we were the Lady Dynasty. And I saw it was going to be a tackle team brought to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, called the Mississippi Royals. So I'm like, oh, I want to do this, tackle. And I had seen one of my close friends that played in Texas years prior. Seen them, which is ironic that the person that's over our league, that was actually the team she was playing for at the time also. Had no idea. But watching them, I'm like, man, I wish we had that here. So once it came to the Mississippi, like I said, I went to try it out for Mississippi Royals. I played there 1 year. Me and Regina Jackson, RJ3. And we had a couple more players. We just wanted to leave Hattiesburg. We wanted to bring a team to Jackson. So we talked to Steve. He was like, hey, yo, bring a team here. We want to play at home. And that's how it all got started.
That's dope.
Yeah, you remember the very first practice?
With us, ooh, it was ugly.
It was around. I think we did it like 7 o'clock in the morning.
It was ugly, like bad ugly, or like
thin.
It was new. We did it like at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was 3 coaches, me, Cam, and Steve. No, 4. Me, Cam, Steve, and Jay that day. And we each had like 2 footballs and was like, all right, well, let's start.
We should tell people. So you coach, obviously, Fabio, you coach the offensive line?
I do. I coach the offensive line.
And Fo is a DB.
Fo's DB.
Okay, cool. That's important for people to know. I mean, I knew that, but I think people, I think the perspective of position, because I got some positional questions, especially if one of your idols was prime time, the prime time. I mean, that's great shoes to
Before we
fill.
even get into that, Tracy, what's your football history? Since we on the football talk.
My football history, I've
Yeah.
been playing football or around the game of football in some capacity or another since I was 5 years old. So
Okay.
in one area or another, I think when we were growing up, we did tackle football.
Mm-hmm.
You could never play, they had like limits and stuff. But
What? Why would we bring that up?
I'm just saying, bro. You asked me about the past. You
But
remember
why would
BYU?
I asked you about your past?
All right, cool. I'm just saying you was there. You was part of my past. I'm just
No, I
giving
wasn't.
people
I wasn't on the
perspective.
football team.
I'm just giving
I
people
played
perspective.
baseball,
I'm just
and I
giving people
dominated
perspective.
that shit too. So
You
don't
did.
do that.
You were very good. You were very good. I
Yeah,
used to go
third
watch.
base.
It was fun. But yeah, so yeah, in some capacity or another, that was like I said back in the day, they could do tackle football at 5. And so I was thinking about that was another actually a segue for a question that I did have is like I was and folk put me on because I didn't know tackle football for women has been going on in some capacity across the country for 20 years. That's amazing. But for me, when I was 5 years old, I mean, now it's hard to find tackle football for children. But, when I was 5, that's what we did. And so I think at that time, do you remember any females? Because you came to a couple of my practices. Do you remember any girls on the team? I think I remember one. There might have been one that came out every year. And she was there every year, faithful. Her mom would let her do it. She was out there faithful.
So as far as BYA goes, and that's where we're from, Brentwood Youth Activities. I don't remember any girls playing football at that time, but in middle school, it was a team we played against, and they waited till the game was over, and they had beat us, and she took off her helmet, and they said, "Ha ha, you got beat by a girl," blah blah blah.
Oh.
So that's as far as I remember. I don't think our coach was going for nothing like that in high school.
Our coach was
Just
kind of a
because of who he
racist.
was.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that. Well,
Yeah.
he had. I'm not gonna say it. Well, I won't put that on out
Yeah, we're
there.
not
But
gonna put his name out there.
I will say that there was some people that had some issues. But I think my point in saying that, since you asked me about my football background, is I think it's important to exactly what Fo was doing is highlighting women's sports and letting people know. And I think it's not like we're bringing this is something new, like you just said, it's 20 years in the making. But I think it's important to highlight it. And so I think that's why this partnership and putting this brand with our brand and just trying to, stay revolutionary, because I think that's what we're all about, right? We want to have those tough conversations. And now tonight, obviously, it's going to be surrounding football and in a very important league, I think. But, that's kind of the brand. That's our brand mission statement, so to speak.
What's our brand mission statement? We got mission statements now. We didn't have a meeting about no damn mission statement. You be making shit up, bro.
We like controversy. That's what we do. And I've sent you the mission statement. So for you to just act like that doesn't exist is that's okay.
Send it to me. I'll be forgetting. By the way, MS Awareness Month is coming up.
No, and for all the best friends of people with MS, I got the support group for y'all because they always blame everything on MS. You could bet your bottom fucking dollar. If he do something and he don't remember, bro, I got MS.
Oh,
that's not an excuse.
Oh my God, that is what
you get it too. You get it too. You get it too. Okay. There you go.
We didn't even do our shout outs or nothing like that today. We kind of just free form. Do anybody got any shout outs they want to get off? No? Y'all cool on that?
I'm good on it.
I had one, but y'all kind of killed my mojo with that, so fuck out of here. I ain't gonna give my shout out.
Shout out to MS. So you just gonna shout out MS month, bro?
I mean, no, I was just saying it's coming up. It's March. MS month is March. I'll do what I do when it comes, but for now, I'm chilling.
All right, less about you and your ailments. Back to Fo and this DB stuff. So how long have you been doing this? Let's talk about, we got into the start a little bit, but how long have you been playing tackle football?
I've been playing 5 years, but people told me if you were putting in work during the COVID year, we didn't play that count. Mm-hmm. So 6 years with tackle.
That's a long time. And so obviously you're on the opposite side of the ball, and I was curious about this. You're an offensive guy, and Fo's defense, where I come from, those two sides of the ball don't necessarily mesh. So I'm wondering the type of relationship that y'all were able to build is fascinating to me, because I'll be honest with you. While I like a lot of offensive guys, and I guess you could say we were cool, there's a different level on the dark side. And I know, obviously, Mike, you kind of was on the dark side, but now you've been over there a little while. So, what I was always curious about the dynamic that y'all had as friends, being on two different sides of the ball. Or does that matter?
Well, we were friends first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when we get out there, I mean, we speak and chop it up. But I mean, I don't talk too much noise. But if we winning on defense, I just honestly just got back out there last weekend.
What's good, Jeff?
So,
but yeah, no, that is a thing. Like we are on opposite sides of the ball, but I tell people this. Like, yes, I coach the O-line, but I coach football. I'm always a student of the game, so we chop it up about a bunch of different stuff. I like to know what they're doing on defense. It helps me coach offense. And like folks said, we was friends before football. You know, for a little bro. So you know how that go. And you know, if it comes to scrimmage time, yeah, like it's knock that corner out. When we
ain't no if.
Yeah, when the scrimmage time, we running our screens like, hey, do what you got to do. After, you know, it's love. And then once the season starts, it's one team.
Yeah, we won. So we got one goal.
That's beautiful because a lot of I've been on some teams as both a player and a coach where, you know, that dynamic can get a little toxic because of competition, right? And I think that was the kind of my next question is another great segue. What is the competition like, right? Because now you said you've been in this game for 5, maybe 6 years. What is the level of competition for those people who say, it's women's football? You know, how hard can they hit? Right? What's the level of scheme and strategy that can be digested in a springtime season? So talk to us a little bit about the competition of female football.
I think it's very intense. Just because we're females don't mean we're not just as fast or we may not hit as hard, because I done seen some females I can curse on here, right?
Of course.
Mine's explicit.
Come on.
I done seen some females get knocked off their ass. I did my first year. It was a welcome to the league. Like, so everybody's bringing it to highlight our league, especially in the WNFC, in that Central Division. You have to bring it. It's very competitive, because if you don't bring your A game, you're gonna be watching the playoffs from the house, or you're gonna get embarrassed. It's simple.
So was that young?
You think it's gonna be a cakewalk? You would get embarrassed.
It was the lady, was the quarterback that wore y'all out last year? The one that I seen that game, the second half of that game, what was her name?
She retired is what her name is. Next question.
You always say that.
But yeah, so even with that though, it's sport. And even the ones that come in later and like don't really know football as well, they tend to learn it fast. And as a coach, we use that as a teaching mechanism as well. Like, yo, just watch football. Like, as you learn this stuff and learn different things, watch football so you can see it'll become clear to you. Because a lot of time practices, it's hard to have a full scale 11 on 11, eye in the sky, so we can break every individual thing down. But if you watch an NFL game, you see it moving. It's like, yo, a lot of this stuff. A lot of people don't realize football is simple.
It is.
The X's and O's of football is simple. They don't really change, and it's just run differently at different levels. And so just watch it and you'll see.
No, that makes total sense. And I think a question I have for you in thinking about how simple football is to me, and I never thought, I know obviously there's some controversy surrounding female tackle football. I think even the amount of time it's been around, I think there are some people who still say maybe they can't compete. And I think there was a story not too long ago about a young lady receiving a D1 scholarship to go play college football. So these things are happening, and you see these stories. But my question was, what is the type of rigorousness of learning football? So like Mike was saying, maybe I don't have the eye in the sky, but what is the time commitment, right? Like, what is, for me, it was practices 2 hours. You got 6, 7, 8 meetings in a week. What is the schedule for the WNFC or I said that right, WNFC?
Before I answer that, shout out to Tony Harris. That was the player you were referring to, who got the D1 scholarship. She plays in the league for the Legends.
See, I told you. So, yep.
So shout out to her. But it's a big commitment. I put in a lot of time. Practice is 3 hours. But if you think you're gonna get anything out of a practice session, you're completely wrong, and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage because you have to train. Like I work out outside football. I had surgery, so I recently just started getting back into it. But before surgery, I was outside doing drills at least 2 to 3 times a week. And before my trainer moved, I paid for a trainer. So it's a lot of. I tell people, football don't pay me, but I treat it as a full-time job sometimes because it takes so much of my time. And you have to put in the work outside of practice. You have to watch film. You have to watch yourself to be able to see where you messed up on to learn.
And obviously, it's working because y'all made it to the championship.
We was there.
I want to say that. Right?
Yeah.
Y'all made it to the championship.
We was there.
So I'm looking forward to see what the Lady Panthers are going to do this year. What is the outlook? That was another question I had. What can we expect?
That's a fact, Mike. Coach Mike on the live. You gotta love the game. You do. You do.
It's win or bust.
So y'all are in that position this year. Y'all have elevated to a position where people have expectations.
Yeah, we have very high expectations. We expect to get back to the ship. I expect nothing less because we're put together. The caliber of team we have put together and the pieces that we have added. There's no reason we shouldn't get back to the championship.
I respect it. That's what I like to hear too. I like to hear that. That's that competitive energy, that competitive fervor that I be talking about. I be trying to explain it to my good friend over here, but he don't be listening. So we got
competitive. Fuck out of here. Fuck, you ain't gonna just skip over that. I'm always competitive.
We're into the football stuff, but I do want to talk about the brand stuff. So you've done, several interviews, and just talk to us a little bit about what it is that your brand is about, who you've been talking to, some of the cool things that people can look forward, not only for your brand, but for the league in general.
Yeah. My biggest thing, I wanted to spotlight women's tackle football. Okay. I wanted to give females a platform where they can come on and speak and be themselves. Like, I didn't want a show where it's filtered. We can't sit here and be honest. Like, no, talk your shit. Like, curse, say whatever's on your mind, don't hold back. And I also wanted to give fans and people who may have not watched somebody play a chance to get to know the player. So I brought on lately some heat. I'm finna have back-to-back USA gold medalists on. So I had Amber Kraft on last week. She's an Olympic gold medalist. Kristen London, which her dad coaches at, I think, St. Mary. He coaches college football. I've had my own teammates on. I've had Houston Mambas, one of their owners on. I got AG, who she plays in the league. She's a USA gold medalist who played in the last World Championship. So I just want to give females the opportunity to come on my show and just talk, be them, spread the love, let everybody know how did they come into playing tackle football. Talk your shit.
No, I think the vision is dope.
Definitely fire. That's definitely fire. I personally love watching the show and listening and all that fun stuff. Questions. How do you come up with your questions for your show? Like,
how do I come up? I think about it during the week. Well, technically, sometimes I don't think about it until Friday. But I look at the person's background.
We do that too.
Yeah.
Like I look at their background, and if I see they play in college and stuff like that, I want to ask about what did you do in college, or what's your accomplishments? What awards have you won? Are you a shit talker, or are you quiet on the field? So I like a little controversy sometimes with some of my questions, but with some of my people I bring on, they want the questions before they come on. So
yeah. What kind of there's no fun in those type of interviews.
Nah, it's definitely
no fun at all.
Not. So we're gonna flip those questions on you. One question I love that you asked is, are you a shit talker on the field? Are you quiet? What you do?
Well, I'm a shit talker, but at the same time, I'm quiet sometimes. The beginning of my career, I was a big shit talker. But now I'm kind of quiet. But if you turn me up, I'm gonna start talking shit.
With that, I wanted to a question I had, because y'all have been so successful, especially over the last couple of years. What's your toughest opponent? Give us some insight on the WNFC. Give us what's that receiver that you got to line up against that you like. All right,
Oh, we
big
know
dude.
who the big dogs
Yeah.
are. But go ahead, folks. This is your interview. We know who the big dogs are. We talk about
Texas
them.
Elite is the toughest team. I mean, they hadn't been beaten in 4 or 5 years forever.
They're the standard.
They hadn't lost in this league. So,
Okay.
but my favorite wide receiver, I love going against this a Texas wide receiver, which is Liz Landry. The reason why I love going against her is she's around my age, maybe a couple years older, and for her to be the age that she is, she still got it. Like she still got it and is bringing it. So shout out to Liz. First responder as well, and I think that's why we have so much respect for each other. But that's my favorite wide receiver to go against.
Yeah, we
and
didn't
I
get
have so
into
much
that yet.
respect for them.
Um,
Hold them down. You can go out there and play against anybody. But nah, nobody would ever put fear in me. No,
Who was you thinking about though? You had a name?
No, I didn't have
somebody in mind.
name. I was just asking the question. You know,
You didn't have somebody in mind that
listen.
you was
Let me
like,
tell you something.
well,
Let me tell you something.
Minnesota.
Let me tell you something. Before wear that blue jersey, so I would hope the answer was I'm not scared of shit. But you know, you never know. You never know. What was a situation where you were just like, yo, how did I end up in this situation? Like example, I used an example earlier where we run a play where the tackle's coming to get the corner. So what was the situation like? Damn, how did this end up happening?
Yeah, it's an ugly situation to be in.
That probably happened my first year when Bull, rest in peace, Bull, running back for Alabama Fire, literally ran through my ass.
I was gonna get into it because we all got something like that where we got, you get got, it happens.
And I'm like, what the
I didn't know we could hit this hard.
man. And Bull was a big, thick running back. Like,
Okay. All right. That's dope. That's dope. I know if you listen to the Primetime Fo Show, Talk to Fo Show, you know she listens to R&B pregame or whatever, and that's her vibe. So I won't ask what's on your pregame playlist, but what's your pregame meal?
pregame meal. You really want to know?
Yeah.
I want some wings.
I
want some hot
ain't no pregame meal. Not no protein, not no yogurt.
No shake.
You don't want
Just
no
give me some wings.
I need some hot wings.
Not with the ranch or blue cheese.
I need blue cheese.
Oh, see, shout out to the blue cheese, but here's another thing. You need something else before every game, and I know this.
Oh.
I know this. Tell the listeners,
I need
gotta get a shot before every game.
I take a shot of liquor. It helps with my concentration and my cramps.
Oh, you and Marshawn Lynch, y'all the two that have chosen to take that route. I don't know.
I used to do it when I played for the Dynasty.
Really?
Yeah.
Tracy
it would calm my nerves.
Never helped me. I got bad stomach. I had a bad stomach though, so once that shit go down and start burning, I can't run in the physical. I'm good.
Can I tell you how it happened for me? Why I started drinking?
Yeah, go ahead. Give us that.
All right. I played flag and during flag season. We used to always get lit before the game, right? So
time was had.
So playoff
you was there, right? Yeah.
For me, we had the grills. We had the grill going, drinks on the side. You're a
fiance now. You're a fiance now.
I am
you need to do better.
Fiance now, so I changed my life.
All right, good. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Fo. Don't listen to that.
So playoff day, we were short this particular day. So I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna drink, right? Cramped the whole damn championship game in my feet.
Your body was used to it.
So first you're playing tackle football. Caught a cramp. And guess what my coach? He looked back in the stands was like, can somebody bring her a shot? And from then on, I'm just gonna take a shot before the game. I got a trick for this. I just need a shot.
See, one shot might do it. Not for me.
It's definitely a different feel.
Can't do it.
And I guess that's part of your pregame ritual, huh? Gotta have that shot. Get you some wings, get you a shot. That's that old shit right there. You need a nap before the game.
I gotta get that nap in. I don't get no nap in. I'm gonna be grumpy.
No, that's real. Who are the sponsors for the WNFC that people should know about? Because I think that is not highlighted enough. I mean, obviously we're trying to do everything we can from a brand perspective, but we're not, this says not Heineken or something to that level, right? So who are the big sponsors that are making sure that this league continues and that the sport is highlighted?
Adidas, Dick's,
That's
Rydell,
dope.
off the top of my head. It's
And those are
others.
major brands,
Yeah.
right? So this is not some, mom and pop situation. We're talking about major corporations that are supporting this vision,
And Adidas make our uniforms, so
which is dope.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which
right.
is dope.
Yeah, that shit is fire. That's
Because
definitely
what did
fire.
we have back in the day? We used to do the Rydell. Back when Rydell was really all you had. It wasn't Adidas and then
Yeah,
wasn't in the
with the
space yet.
helmets. I think
Yeah.
that's how. I don't know if they are a helmet
Mhm.
sponsor. They were at one point. Our helmets are right there though. Shout out to all the sponsors of this and pushing the envelope and pushing women's
It's
football
important.
forward.
That's important.
Damn, I lost MS moment. I
There
had a
you
question
go.
coming. I had a question coming. You know how MS work, bro.
I don't. I mean, I've been trying to learn from you for the longest,
Yo,
but it just seems to just work
hit
in
the
your
Google
favor.
button on the internet machine, bro. This shit
I
will
feel
tell you
like
everything you need to know.
I feel like it just works
Do
in
you
your favor. Like
follow
I
my
don't.
personal page? If you follow my personal page,
You
I
had
post
an
MS
MS
facts
page.
every
You had
month.
an MS page. There
No,
was
it was
an
my
MS page
personal
for
page
what?
that I posted MS facts to, bro. You got it,
Okay.
chill.
Listen, okay,
Stay
whatever you say.
focused. Stay focused on the
So,
task at
what is
hand.
the plan? What is the plan after football, right? So, I think we would love for this brand to continue and grow and see you continue to highlight women's football. But are there any plans of coaching? Maybe you want to get into ownership of the team because it seems like you're really entrenched in that world of women's football. So, what would be next after you're done playing?
Tracy word of the day: entrenched in women's football.
Come on, you got to start. Why don't you
For
start
the
posting
ADB
those?
fam, y'all know Tracy has a
Tracy
word of the day.
Here we
Today's
go.
word is entrenched.
All right.
Dug in.
You want to Google it? You want to Google it? You
I
want
need
me
to
to?
Google it. I
You want
know
me
what
to
it
give
means.
you
I know
the real
that's because I
deal?
was a lineman and I coached O line. I know what the trenches mean.
Okay,
That's
cool.
that's by the way, that's where real football happens at, in them trenches. Just the FYI. Just that's my tidbit. But carry on.
But yeah, after football, when I'm done playing, I do want to get into coaching. I want to give back to women's football because I also think we need more women coaches.
Yeah.
So that is something I would love to do. Ownership role, I'm not sure I'm ready for that one yet, but I do want to give back by coaching.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
So, what do you feel is needed to push women's football forward? Do you think it's coaches, like coaching differences or ownership differences or more
I think
sponsorships behind it?
I think it starts with the owners. Not saying they're not, but you have to try to put your brand out in ways. You have to think outside the box,
Hold on.
and you have to find a way to intrigue somebody to make them say, you know what, I want to learn more about this team. It's not just about posting on social media or just putting flyers. It's the consistency. Don't give up. Somebody might not respond, or you may have a talk with somebody and you may not hear from them again, but keep pushing because women's football is only going to go as far as the owners, and then it comes to trickle down to the players. We have to put it out there first. We can't expect somebody to give when we're not putting it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. Sell your product. So you're your product. Sell your product.
I
agree with that
respect that.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I respect that opinion because I mean, for us, for you played for the regular dynasty. Was it similar from the semi-pro perspective for you, Mike?
For me,
Yeah.
for me, it was honestly different. And what I mean by that, there's already an NFL.
Yeah.
Then you got D1 college football.
Yeah.
So we were doing it as far as just we enjoyed doing it. We weren't, we were good at it. Don't get me wrong. We fucked shit up, to be honest.
That
We
was all right.
kicked ass. We fucked shit up.
Yeah, I was all right.
But there are some leagues that's ran well when it comes to men's semi-pro football. There's some leagues that's ran horrible. There's some teams that's ran amazing. There's some teams that's not ran well at all.
Mm-hmm.
This product now has so much potential and so much room to grow, and it's really just getting to the grind of it. And honestly, that's how I really got into and started sticking with coaching on women's football because, like I said, the first year we was out there, I was still playing. I was still playing for the Mississippi Dynasty or whatever. And then the second year I was still playing, but I want to say it was a COVID year. But from that, I understood that, these women need a coach that's dedicated to it.
No,
like, and
absolutely.
not just oh well, it's cool, it's fun, it's different, it's women's football now. They need a coach to be dedicated to the game the way they are. And now seeing it now as we get different players from different places, is just like as I look at coaches, it's like, yo, you got to be as dedicated as these women are. You got people coming from different states just to practice.
That's real.
A couple years ago we had 6, 7 Australian players coming to live in Mississippi just to play football.
Talk about a culture
So
shock.
yeah. But
It's probably weird going from
Mississippi.
Australia to Mississippi. That's
hey, it's
probably
part of it.
crazy. That's probably crazy as hell. But
Yeah.
okay, yeah, okay.
But
Yeah.
even with that, so they're taking the game
I'm
serious.
sure they
And
are.
when other people
And
aren't,
kangaroos and Dundees and
yeah, like I like that. No weekend warriors, and that's usually what you call a football player, a weekend warrior. But as a coach, you can't be a weekend warrior.
no, it
Like we gotta
requires
we
time.
gotta put in the same amount of film, and it shows. It looks different in a practice when coach is not on the same page. Coach is not really caring. They just here because it's cool. Some coaches come because they want to be around a bunch of women. These ladies take this sport serious, and they some ballers. And that's how I got into coaching. Like, nah, they deserve better. They deserve my full attention when I coach. So, yeah.
So I have a question for both of you because I think I think the sport is continuing to grow, and I think that's what we're trying to do, and Fo's trying to do with her brand, Primetime Fo Show. But if you had a magic wand and you could fix a problem, give the people an issue, and then give the people a solution to take women's football to the next plateau.
Shakes, you can go first.
So being that we still at ADP here, and we got to talk about the real funding. You got to get the economics behind it.
Surprise.
Funding, yeah. See, and we said it right away. Funding.
Right.
Like I said, we and I'm saying we. No, I'm not a woman, but I'm a part of an organization, part of women's football.
Sure.
We pay to travel. We pay to be a part of teams. We pay to do all that. Everything we have. Like there's been times where we may need medical tape. Like, hey, coach, you on your way? Grab some. Hey, we need water. Coach, you on the way? Grab some. So we pay that. So funding. If we get the right funding behind it, and don't get me wrong, the owners of the league we're in and everything, and the hires they do an amazing job. But still, funding. That this is a sport. It takes millions of dollars to push sports in professional leagues.
Damn right,
So
the right
funding
way.
would definitely be a change. A magic wand that you put money behind it, that it'll grow.
Well, if I had a magic wand, I'd get rid of some of these teams and leagues. I think that hurts women's sports. We got too many leagues for one. We have too many teams where you only have 15 or 16 players. Or teams that are playing on soccer fields or fields with holes in it. They have no standards. And if you have somebody that's trying to buy in and want to invest in women's football, and they go look at the wrong product, and they like, wait, I can't take them serious. If you getting beat 60-0, if you ain't got no players, or if the field conditions are poor. So if I had a magic wand, I would hope one day we can all come together to see the bigger picture. And we could get rid of some of the teams, and they can go to other teams and add on to that and build something special there instead of getting mad and say, hey, I'm going to go get my own team. Or leave a league. Oh, I'm going to start my own league. It's too much of that going on right now, and that hurts the brand.
That's fair. That is a point that I absolutely thought about, and I'm glad that you brought that up. A question that I got wasn't a question that I came up with, but a question from an ADP listener, former football player, wanted to know about the leadership inside the Mississippi Lady Panthers locker room. What does it look like? Because I think, Mike, obviously you've played football. I've been around the game, and Fo now tackle football for 5 years. For you folks to be so successful, especially last year, almost winning the whole thing, what does the leadership look like in the program?
Sacrifices for one. And you have those that will speak up and get everybody together. But I think the reason our team has had so much success, it can be a little controversial at times, but it's the sacrifices that we are willing to make. The picture is bigger than one individual.
No doubt. That's football. That's team sports.
A lot of self accountability. Yeah.
No, that's real.
So who's one person that you may look at or speak to during the game or before a game that just get you like, all right, it's go time?
Joe Biden.
Chill,
It's the ADP, baby. We had to get it in there. It's the ADP. We had to speak that in. Joe Biden, Jim Crow Joe, getting it done, baby. Motivating the WNFC to get to the chip.
If Uncle Joe want to get behind the WNFC, maybe,
yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Talk. So, come on through.
I think I got to give a shout out to Casey. It would probably be Casey Hillary, play for the Prodigy.
Okay.
Who's your NFL team? That was a question I had too that I wanted to.
Wait, I'm gonna answer it. I don't have an NFL team. I like players.
This was for whoever wins me money.
I can respect it. Y'all on Prize Picks still down there, something, right? Shout out to Prize Picks.
We just have underdog.
Oh, underdog. Okay, so y'all not. It's not
English team. The thing is her that get you going, folks. Get you ready to turn up and play.
English. I have to pray. Yeah.
Shout out to English.
I have to say a prayer.
So when is the season opening? Because I think that's important too. When is the season opening? And before we forget about when is the season opening? And where can people get tickets? How can people find y'all and support this upcoming season?
First game is first Saturday in April against the Washington Prodigy at Washington Prodigy. Mm-hmm. We have a website, MississippiPanthers.com.
Sure.
Am I correct? Mm-hmm. I think it's MississippiPanthers.com if I'm not mistaken.
Coach Gabriel, get it together, bro.
You check the social media, Mississippi Lady Panthers on all.
It is not MississippiLadyPanthers.com.
I said social media.
Oh, I was like, wait.
No.
Yeah, you can follow us on social media as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
I'm
you can
so
also
focused
go
on
to
the coaching aspect. I don't be, website and stuff.
Got it.
You can go to the WNFC website. We have W Score, where you can subscribe and watch the games live.
Yeah, shout out to W Score, like own streaming service for the WNFC games.
I think that's where I watched the championship, but I don't think you've ever said that on here, though.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I said it to you personally.
Yeah,
I said it to you.
That's how I watched the championship game.
And if you follow my social media, I share stuff all the time.
But you never said
so don't do that. Don't act like I don't promote. Said that on I'll be promoting, bro. Chill out.
I never said that on the ADP.
Tracy, see, the problem is he ain't said it. He don't put it out there.
Okay. He was just talking about that earlier. You don't promote, bro. That's why it's not going. You don't promote. You got to get on your job.
9 times out of 10, you see me, I'm wearing Panthers gear. I got the whole, my whole job. I don't say where I work. I got my whole job. I want to come to a game. And here's something unpopular. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking about this when I said my job. Initially, a lot of people want to come to the games for the wrong reason. Oh, God. It's unfortunate for sure.
Explain that.
It's women playing football. There's a lot of, I want to say misogynistic. Sure, let's say misogynistic.
I had a question. I want to get folks' perspective on the stigma because they have things like the lingerie football league, and there's a stigma.
We'll get to that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people want to come for the wrong reason. Mm-hmm. I tell them, come on. Like, come on. Yeah. But then they get hooked on the game. And sometimes it's like I said, it's the wrong vehicle to the right way, to the right path.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I feel
so they thinking, it's gonna be sexy. And, yeah, sure, cool. Come on, it's gonna be. Yep, you gonna see them, you gonna love them, and then they start watching the game like
tackle football ain't never been sexy. I don't care. You can put Beyonce out there. If she's tackle football, that ain't nothing sexy about that. Nothing sexy about that.
Chill out. Don't talk about B, bro.
Oh my bad. You right. I wouldn't. You, right? You was sexy in tackle football. I don't understand.
I can.
This is Devon energy.
I can be. Chill out. Don't do that.
Different type of energy.
I can be. Well,
But
anyway,
I
what was your
want to
question about?
I want to get Poe's perspective because that is a stigma surrounding, especially the lingerie football league. That budget is humongous, right? We talked about, right, something that we could do to empower women's football is to, got to get, number one, a bigger budget. But that budget for that situation, they're on TV. So talk to us a little bit about the stigma, and maybe give us some solutions on how to overcome a stigma like that.
A female's body sell. I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna I dislike that there was a lingerie league and it may still be around because.
So you wouldn't play in the lingerie league for the bag?
Fuck no. No.
But they are paying those players. I gotta Google it. Let me get my Googles. I wonder how much
sure
they pay.
Not that much.
It's not that much. But here's the thing about the lingerie league, and I say this a lot about that. They were balling. They were still hitting on full speed.
No, it's real.
They weren't properly protected. They're not. I don't think it's still around. I think they shut it down now.
They were crazy as hell. I'm not gonna be half naked and we sitting there fucking hitting each other with fucking shoulder pads and a helmet on.
Yeah.
I seen this one.
It's not the one in the world.
They gave this girl a stiff arm. I seen it the other day on MTV too. I said, "Damn, they still doing this." And she stiff armed the shit out of her.
You can't put little bro in a bikini and tell him go play football.
My favorite response when people ask me, they be like, "Are you playing in the lingerie league? Do it look like I play in the lingerie league? Look at me." Like, no, sir. I respect them, but I can't. I'm not gonna do it. I would
love the support, and I think that's my thing. I think people, and sex does sell, and I think it's a problem. But I'm glad that we can shed the light on it because bikinis or a full-time, a full body suit for football, it's, the game is still pure. And I think that links to your statement about, people coming out for the wrong reasons, which I never thought of. I guess I never thought about that. People are coming out people are coming out to find mates, you think?
They are.
I'm not going to say,
some of them.
I'm not going to say they come to find mates.
Some of them are.
To see women. A lot of people will pay to see women just do just about anything. So you tell them they playing football. I got a guy every day. I want to see such and such from your team. Come on. I mean, you probably won't get within, 50 yards of her, but come on. Come watch the game.
That's dope, though, man. I think it's important.
For your ticket to get in.
Right. Still give us your coins.
We're going to make sure the players are safe. So it's not like you're going to do anything crazy. So
have y'all ever had something like that? I mean, you say that. Have you ever had because men can be wretched things. So have men ever come up and been going some creep shit? Have y'all ever had to address something like that?
I don't think.
Yeah, not as a coach. I haven't. Okay. Yeah, no. It's just
at least there's that.
Yeah,
we're not too far.
I haven't, and that's dope. I haven't. Not saying it can't ever happen, but
and then probably the place we play in, I don't think nobody's that crazy to step out of the line or to even attempt.
That and let me tell you something. And ADP, I said this a lot. I'm gonna say it's still, we still live in an open carry state. Do with that as you will.
Okay.
Do
all right.
So, professionally, you're in law enforcement. I don't get into full details. You ever made a mistake and had your your duty weapon on you going into a locker room or out of a locker room or anything like that?
No, I don't carry it on me because I don't have time dealing with the ramifications of it getting stolen or misplaced because I didn't have to take it off or it's left in my car. So I'm not one of those type of officers that totes my firearm everywhere.
English, we got some thugs on our team. No, we're a very professional run organization.
I'm about to say we're gonna keep it. It feels professional. When I see it from the outside looking at it, it feels professional. Yeah. It feels professional. It feels class.
It is.
It feels class personified. So talk to us. I want to know, one of my last questions here, folks. What is the work-life balance? Because you mentioned, obviously, he just mentioned you have another profession that you're in. What is the work-life balance that you feel like you have to put forth? Because I think student athletes, that's something that a lot of our players, when I was coaching collegiate ball, they had a lot of our kids had a tough time, obviously at 17, 18, balancing school, even just school and then football. So what is it like for the ladies on the Panthers to balance, obviously many of them I'm sure have full-time professions and obviously, being committed to this game the way you folks are.
Not only are this majority working, they got kids.
That's right.
They're all full-time
No doubt.
parents and they have kids that play
No
sports. So
doubt.
that's a lot of balancing. But I think a lot of us, we know how to split our time. We know how to dedicate a certain amount of time to this and that. But for me personally, when I'm in season, I think I lack sometimes at the job that pays me.
That's it. No, you can say it. Everybody's
So I'm
thinking
just
it.
gonna
This
be
is a safe
real.
place. This is a safe space. You can say it.
Everybody's thinking it. Everybody's thinking it.
Me too, folks. Me
Yeah,
too.
I lack.
I'll be watching.
It is what it is, and I'm more focused on football than I am my actual job at the time.
I've been there.
I still manage to get it done as well. If it's something that needs to be done, I'm gonna get it done. I may be watching film and this and that, but if it's a task that has to be completed, I'm going to complete it. But I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say
There's some challenge.
In a timely manner.
Which I think I asked that question because I think sometimes people think that you folks don't take it as serious. And so there is no complications with, especially as a mother, right? I always say there's more of an attachment from a mother to a child than a father simply because baby came out of her. And so sometimes that commitment to your child and balancing that with football can be tough. So I'm glad you were able to give us that perspective, an honest perspective, because even, as a player myself, I missed plenty of classes, plenty of 8:30 classes. I'm like, that's not happening. We had 6 a.m. practice, it ain't happening. I ain't going. I'm about to wrap it up. But Mike, did you have any more questions? Things that you wanted to know, things you wanted to promote?
This may be my last football question, but what does football look like for the next generation of women coming up? Like one of our teammates and friends is on here, English. She has a daughter that plays, and stud of an athlete, and I'm low key trying to recruit her back to where whatever. We'll talk about that later, English. But yeah. So what is that? What does that look like? What does that look like for the next generation of women ballers in football?
I think the future of women's football is bright. I think what we're going to see eventually, they're going to get paid. There's going to be more sponsorships.
As
the
they should.
viewership would be up, not just our family and friends coming to the games or subscribing to watch us play. It's going to be real big. We're going to have the women's NFL, and if the WNFC keeps doing what they're doing now, because every year they're evolving, and they're trying to make it where that money comes in and everybody is treated equally and is on an equal playing field and is getting compensated. So I do see one day, I won't be playing, but
coaching.
I do see it where females will get paid to play football.
Dope.
She'll be coaching.
Can't wait.
Tracy?
I mean, yeah, she got to bow out. We all got to. And that's what they say. We
coached with me
because
one year, coaching kids. She coached with me 1 year. We had a corner.
Can't coach kids, man. Kids, that's a different life. Man. Can't coach kids.
Kid was cross-eyed.
Why are you laughing? Why is that funny?
It's not
They
funny.
set me up, Tracy. He set me
Why
up.
is that funny?
I didn't set
that baby is cross-eyed. Why is that funny?
It was bad because he really didn't want to play at all. And
He set me
one day I had to just ask him. I didn't set Fo up. I just said, Fo, hey, you want to come coach with me? I didn't know the team was going to be.
You gave her the worst. You gave her the
Tracy. I'm going to put it like this.
Coaching with me. We was
I'm
terrible.
going to put it like this, Tracy.
We were terrible. I'm not going to tell that lie. I'm like, hey, bro, listen.
I'm going to put it like this, Tracy. I don't think I ever want to coach a little league again in life.
I tell him that all the
but you
time.
know what, though? Honestly,
I don't know how he does it. He's a saint. You're an angel. I have no idea how you do it.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Like, being dead serious, coaching Little League actually helped me coach women's football. Because,
all right, go ahead, give it to me.
Well, here's why. If you get, men who played the game most of their lives, and I actually, your guest last week said this, folks, they don't get that a lot of these women coming into football don't know football like that. Like, they may have, been, they might have watched it, but certain things may not resonate the same as when you have a man who's been playing football for 15 years. So coaching Little League helps me break things sometimes to the lower level. And then we'll bring you up to speed to where I can say this, that, and the third. Like, now we're at the point, like I said, I coach at O-line. Now we're at the point where my O-line can tell me, oh, such and such was in a 3-tech. Or, I had somebody in 2, or, they can tell, now we can speak that language.
So how many women come out and just have no idea? How many women, because I would imagine that if you're coming out to play tackle football, that you have some sort of acknowledgement or viewers, something drew you to this. Or maybe it's a friend thing. I guess I don't know.
I would say
I'm
it's
asking the question.
How many? 10% though. It's not that many.
So the majority have some sort of knowledge of the game coming out there. I would imagine.
Yeah, majority. It's changed. In my opinion, like I said, the very first practice, we just wanted bodies. We didn't care what your football level was. Just come, we'll teach you what you need to know.
No.
But now it's to the point where if you come to tryouts and okay, yeah, that's about English. But
what's wrong with that? I mean, listen, got to get out there somewhere, one way. Whatever gets you out there, that's what we.
No, I'm talking about this comment.
Yeah. Go ahead, read it. You're not gonna read that one.
She said, "I was one that didn't know a thing. Only players I knew were the ones I had a crush on. Hey, I'm not mad at it. So you see how that could work the other way. Sometimes we'll get fans to the WNFC because brothers have a crush on players, or sisters have a crush on a player,
but fall in love with the game at the end of the day.
Yeah, fall in love with the game and everything. But now, year one, like I said, we just wanted bodies. We wanted people on the team. Your shape didn't much matter. We'll get you in shape and stuff like that. But now it's like, no, like you come try out. Sure, we want bodies, but hey, you gotta look like an athlete now. So we're getting to that.
There's a standard being set.
Yeah, there's a standard now.
Tracy, I got a question for you. I'm gonna give you a scenario. I need your honest opinion.
Okay.
This was a year 1 Mississippi Panther. All right. You in the game, right? Tie game. All right. The team got inside the 5. You stop them on
Red
4
zone.
downs, right?
Okay.
Your offense gets the ball inside the fucking 5, right? Calls a timeout, right? It's probably 7 or 8 seconds on the clock, right? What are you going to do?
I'm probably gonna take it into OT. Inside my 5, I'm probably gonna take that into OT, B. I'm not gonna lie to you as a coach. I put my coach brain on. Obviously, the offensive guys, you're probably the offensive coordinator, quarterback, receivers, they want to chuck it up. But I would, from a coaching perspective, the smart coaching play is to take the game into overtime and let the players play to win the game.
And guess what we did?
You probably chucked that bitch up. Did you
First
chuck
of all,
that?
we didn't have enough players on the field. We had
you got
out. And we threw a goddamn little pass that we was gonna have to go 90 yards to damn win the game. And it was picked off.
Yeah. That's bad. Guess that's on you. What are you doing up there in the top box?
I wasn't there that game.
Where were your antennas? Where were your antennas?
That lends to my point.
He wasn't there, Trey.
That lends to my point from earlier that these women need dedicated coaches. Like, not just, oh, well, it's cool, it's fun. Nah. So that was one of those moments because they were pissed.
I was a thug in Kentucky because they fans in Kentucky. You know what kind of fans they had. I kicked the damn cooler.
That was questions I had, too, about the love that y'all get across the country, too.
I said, because I can't believe what just happened.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's coaching 101, man. You let the players play. You don't want to make the decision to win or lose the game as a coach. That's coaching 101, ever. You never want to make the decision.
That affected us in seeding.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm sure it did. In that league that we were in at the time, I'm sure it did. Like I said, I was getting calls, and that was one of those times like, they need coaches that's going to be there.
So from the 5, they picked it off and returned it?
They ain't have far to go. We was already on their side.
Back against the wall. Yeah, the back was against the wall.
No far to go.
I don't think it was the 5. I think it was like the 2. Like, RJ feet was in the end zone.
Yeah, I think it was like the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
From a defensive perspective, that nothing. As a coach, I think I could have took it a little bit better. But as a defense, to come up with that stop, that breaks your heart. That breaks your heart.
I'm like, we're going overtime.
Yeah, let's breaks your heart. To come up with that stop in the red zone and not have the opportunity to continue the game and play, that's a tough. Which is why that stuff like that starts to divide of offense and defense, like we talked about earlier. Because after that, it's real hard to look at the offensive people and be like, yo, you supposed to just slide that out or throw that out of bounds. You supposed to do anything else but turn that bitch over there.
Honestly, you want to know what I think? I think it brought the team closer because they all got together like, what the hell is wrong with these damn coaches?
Yeah, it's tripping them.
So it really made them tighter.
Yeah,
so shout out to that coach for bringing the team together.
Is he still on the staff? I don't know if I could ask that. Is that coach still on the staff? Did they learn from the error of their way? Oh, they definitely still on the staff. Y'all silence just told me.
One is and one not.
Oh, I mean, people learn. I mean, coaching.
Oh yeah. I was saying it was two.
Yeah, it was just two.
Coaching.
Now one of them said he told him, "Hey, no, this is a bad idea." And the other one was like, "No, listen. No, this is gonna
I'm mad at
work."
myself.
I
I
wasn't
took that in their timeout, but I was too tired, so I wasn't thinking about it. So they ain't talking about nothing. I had been in that timeout, I probably would have cursed everybody out.
Yeah.
Like y'all.
But even that's something that's grown anyway. Like even the play call has changed from then to now.
But Trace, I'm gonna give you one more scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
This is when I left Mississippi.
My coach hat back.
I was gonna ask that. I was gonna ask what made you leave Mississippi. Because at one point, Fo left and played for another team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want me to answer that now?
Answer that and then give me the scenario.
The culture, the leadership, and how stuff was being ran didn't align to what I saw with what I wanted to do with women's football. So sometimes you have to make difficult decisions. You have to put yourself first because we pay to play.
True.
I'm not happy while I'm just sitting here and give you my money and spend all my money when I can go somewhere and be happy. So that was my decision on why I left.
Now, there you go. That's the NIL stuff. I mean, we didn't get a chance to get into that, but that's the NIL transfer portal stuff that everybody's up in arms about right now. It's like, hey, man, these kids don't want to be yelled at by these old, mostly white men anymore. They want to be happy and they want to play the game that they love. But I'm getting on my soapbox. You got a scenario? Go ahead.
Yeah, I got one more, Trace. I got some. Whew. So
we know English did after why she came back.
I was gonna let it go. I thought it was the winning culture. Y'all created a new culture.
I got the answer for that. I got the answer for that one right there. If you go and listen to some Primetime Folk Show episodes, she explains it in one of them. Go ahead with your scenario.
So, you know how we talked about the best team there is in Texas League Spartans? Well, the team I was playing with at the time, man, we going, right? We down 7. Because I don't think they scored. I think they only scored a touchdown because I think it was like 14-7 at halftime. They scored a touchdown. We scored 21-14. We stopped them. We scored again, right? I'm like, hell yeah. We finna kicker. Our kicker didn't stay there in Alabama. She flew in from Texas, by the way. Damn good kicker, right? So we scored. I'm like, oh, we finna kick the extra point to tie. All right? So I didn't turn around because this was a team. We were short, probably 20-some players on the team, if that. So I was like, I'm getting ready to go so I can get on special teams. All right? Because I ain't finna watch the kick. I know it's going to be good.
It's routine.
And then I hear everybody like, so I got to turn around at this point because I hear commotion. What happened? Did she fumble the snap? Did she miss it? We didn't win for it. With the kicker out there the whole
damn. Not with the kicker. You went for it with the kicker out there? Not even the offense.
Yeah.
Oh, we did a fake. It was a fake, like a special teams. Oh, damn.
It was only 2 people knew we was going for it, and that was the whole day in the wide receiver.
Yeah, so that brand and that just leads to the point, and what you were talking about, Mike, is you gotta if you want to sell a product, you can't be doing stuff like that because it diminishes.
No. So I'm not gonna agree with that. I'm not gonna agree with you on that one. I'm not mad at an aggressive call at that.
That was just that was just a bad coaching decision.
Why would you go?
I'm not mad. Here's why. No,
why?
I'm not here. I'm not because you got what's his name? Dan Campbell, Lions.
Yeah, you ain't Dan Campbell, bro.
Huh?
You ain't Dan Campbell. Don't do that.
A damn fool too.
Don't do.
He was an aggressive coach. Then secondly, like
he lost a playoff game being aggressive.
Listen.
Campbell lost these folks this playoff game being aggressive.
So y'all not gonna let me land.
Go ahead, Landon.
Defensive players that do shit like this. That's
the
problem.
Level of aggression on the dog side, man. Don't.
Because Dan Campbell's an aggressive coach, right?
I would say
then, like folks said, to full point, they were shorthanded already. Players tired, tongues probably hanging out their mouth. they get that 2-point conversion, they probably end up holding on and winning that game. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at not taking that game to overtime.
If
You're
you're
the
gonna go
coach.
for it with your offense.
I
No,
agree. Now, if
number
you're gonna
one.
go for it, if you're gonna do it, do it.
You got
That's
the best
obvious.
running back in the league.
But
That's true.
again,
Yo, shout out to
coaching
that running
101,
back.
you've taken the game. You, as the coach, have taken it upon yourself to say we will win or lose. You're not allowing the players who put in the work, who grinded to make this happen. You're not allowing them to dictate the outcome.
As a coach,
You're saying,
you get that blame anyway, don't you?
You know the response from the coach?
What was it?
He didn't think we was gonna stop them.
Yeah, see, now that's not. You gotta let them get a shot, man. Make them drive that shit 75, 60 yards.
The actual play call might have not been the smartest, but I'm not mad at the situation. Gotta go ahead and try to put the game away.
And this is the
personally.
fourth quarter. What are we talking about, folks?
It was the fourth
Into the fourth. We're talking about late. So this play decides the game.
It was probably maybe under 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it was like 2 because I think they ended up holding on to the ball.
We're gonna nail it out.
But they were trying to score. They were still trying to score. Although they were up.
That's one thing about that team.
So
that's one thing about their team. When they smell blood in the water, they're gonna go. If you're gonna get on the field, if you're gonna lace them up with that team right there,
yeah.
Once they smell blood in the water, they're gonna try to stick the dagger in.
I didn't know it was a petty thing.
I love it though. I love that time.
Yeah, they like, all right, now we finna score again, but luckily we stopped.
Oh, got dark. I might.
You didn't pay your light bill?
Nah, I guess I didn't.
Go off on his own.
I must have knocked it out.
What you got going on? Your ring light done fell. You all right?
Run it. Calm down. I'll be right back. We're about to wrap this up here shortly.
Something done died over there. I think his laptop died. So it was just me and Fo on the show, which is dope because it's still brand love now. But this was fire. I really had a blast. So
yeah, I had fun. But can I have my response in reference to Dan Campbell? He cost us a playoff game. You can't get that aggressive.
Yeah, he did it too many times.
Like
you
going for it, man? Kick the ball.
Yeah, he definitely did it too many times, and I agree. Oh man, his laptop died. I could tell because the show stopped recording on the Zoom. But no, yeah, he was definitely too aggressive. They should have been in the Super Bowl. Excuse me, Jesus Christ! Everything happened at the same time. It must be time for us to go.
It is, bro.
There you go.
But it was a beautiful conversation. But I do want to. Do you have any other questions? Things that you wanted to ask?
I can't hear you now because you're not on the Zoom no more.
Oh. Let me see.
This was me in the beginning, huh?
Huh?
This was me in the beginning, huh?
Yeah. So
But see, what happened with me was, you told me to turn my phone volume down, leave the iPad up, but I'm not connected. My phone is not connected to my home internet. So my iPad is, and it was delayed. I can see your lips moving, and I was like, we gotta get rid of this iPad. We gotta go to the phone volume. So I ended up cutting it too far down.
For those wondering what we talking about, we record our audio via Zoom or whatever, and we do the live at the same time. So when one fails, the other one it throws everything off for everybody.
But you can hear me now, though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Right.
We gonna what time is it? We almost about here. We ain't gonna stay on too late.
Sure, you got anything else? Yeah, we definitely do.
I got a question for you, Tracy.
Go ahead.
What position did you play?
I played defensive line. So I think sophomore year, I played 3 tech, 5 tech, 2, 0, all that type of stuff on the D line. And then my senior year, that's really what it was. I played defensive line, a little bit of outside linebacker when they thought I was cool enough, fast enough to cover. Which that was never my thing. I like to sack the quarterback. That was.
I said, didn't you have a school record or something like that, or didn't you?
Yeah. For the longest, I held the single season sack record and the career sack record. So the game of football, and I guess that was my last question, Phil, is what do you get from the game of football? And I asked that because even at my lowest, the game of football always gave me, if nothing else, the energy to keep going another day. And so I hear these stories from not only players that I coached, but teammates of mine just stating now that they're in their real lives and we all got to go to work in the morning, how much they miss, a 6 a.m. practice, a 7 a.m. lift, being out there with your teammates and building that camaraderie. So tell us, to wrap this thing up, what is the game of football giving to you?
It gives me a breath of fresh air.
Damn right.
Because once I step out on that field and I practice, my mind is off of what is going on in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes away everything, and it honestly has saved me.
Okay.
Because if I wasn't playing, I probably would have gotten into a depressed stage.
Mm-hmm.
But because I had something to look forward to and to go to, and I can go hang out with my teammates, and I build bonds and relationships with certain of my teammates that if I need to talk, they're there to listen. So for me personally, it was just a breath of fresh air. It's something that I can go do and somewhere I can go and I can forget about everything else that's going on in the world.
That's real. Mike, what you got?
Saves lives.
Yeah.
No, football saves lives. You see it on a regular where players stop playing and then all of a sudden in a bunch of different trouble. So football saves lives.
That's my number right there, 91. That's the one right there.
Don't please. Oh Lord.
Come on, that's the one right there. That's the number. What number is that? What's the number?
No, that's not her football.
She's probably born.
Right.
Was she born in 91?
I don't know what year English was born in.
Why do she got 91 on here?
Listen, that's something you have to ask English. Would you like to add it to the live to ask her? Like, I don't know. But no.
See, I was right. 1991.
Oh, okay. Well, see, great guess. What year were you born?
Let's not discuss that.
We gotta get into that. Don't got nothing to do with football.
That got nothing to do with football. All right, but no. We're gonna start to wrap this thing up.
1850 though. Yeah, come on, 1850 though.
We're gonna start to wrap this thing up. Usually we end our shows with solutions for whatever we're talking about. So, I think we asked you this question kinda already. So, what is your solution to growing women's football?
Build the brand more, grow it.
Okay.
Like I said, think outside the box. Go to those places and people who you think may not watch it. Make them interested. Like you got to pull what you want. You got to pull them in. So that would be my solution. Like I said, you got to think outside the box. Go get that money. Bring that money to the WNFC. Come in, invest in the Mississippi Panthers.
For all y'all that's watching, I mean, we got a couple famous people. I think my homeboy was talking about a couple NBA people. Listen, if y'all hear this, put the money up. Let's really do it. Man,
NFL and NBA players is from the city. Give back.
Give back
to the places you're from.
And it's a hell of a cause too.
The Ed Jackson alone. Like, come on, what's up? We here. Tracy, what you got on the wrap up?
No, man, I would say tonight, thanks for coming and shedding some light on something that I think people have some myths about, some things that people can't understand. But at the end of the day, I would say football is going to be football. And so if you get dedicated people who are dedicated to learning the game and making themselves the best football players that they can be, you're going to be able to see some entertaining football. And so it's a pleasure to be a part of trying to help the best I can to grow that brand and seeing you folks flourish. And I'm looking forward to seeing y'all try to run it back and finish the deal this year.
Okay. That's a word. That boy be preaching. That man be preaching. That's my brother right there. But now, I'm gonna say this to wrap it up. In solution as far as growing it. Hey, people, just come out.
I got to
come out to see the sport. We play at a time where there's no other football on. Come see us. Just come. Stop asking questions from afar. Come see it for yourself. If you're gonna hop in the players' inbox, go ahead and buy a ticket to the game and come watch it. Like I said, it's the wrong vehicle to get to the right place. But hey, come out and support that player. Buy their jersey. Players sell them jerseys now. Buy their jersey. If you want to be in the inbox, at least support them somehow. So hey, tell a friend to tell a friend, and that's how we're gonna grow the sport. This is real football. It ain't just grown ups playing little league now. Like there's a lot of thought going into this game and this league and this team. So hey, sign up to watch, come to a game, ask how you can get to a game.
Are
You
y'all
know,
still recruiting? Are y'all still recruiting players? Can women still come out and get down, or is it up, or what's the deal?
at this current time, no, not technically.
Oh, so you can't come out. Okay.
You're a month
Um,
out.
yeah,
You're
well,
a
months
month
out,
out
like
from the
it'll be
season.
Yeah.
it'll be too much to catch up on as far as, but you can get on and I think we were doing a program for the Panthers where there's potential players that may want to play and
Mm-hmm.
you can still come and work out with the team,
Cool.
stuff like that. I don't know if we're still doing that or what's the status of that, but you could do that and trials come around in August, September, something like that.
Yes.
So we have a
October.
national tryout day. Is it that late? Is it October?
I think national tryout date is in October.
Really? Oh, I didn't realize it was that late because we be, Little League be having practice games too. So yeah, maybe so. It's October. National Trial Day is around then. I'm bad with time. Y'all know I got MS.
This nigga.
Yeah. So
All right,
that's how you play. Look up the WNFC on all social medias. Look up Mississippi Lady Panthers on all social medias. If you want to follow my coaching page, I'm Coach Shakes. So
And check out
don't forget.
Primetime Faux Show on
I was about
Don't
to say
forget
Friday.
he's
the
so
primetime
selfish.
shows.
I
I was on the way. I was on the way.
Shout out to follow.
I was on the way. Don't forget to
Check out
tune into the
Primetime Faux Show.
Primetime Faux Show. Like, we got to do this again.
No
We
doubt.
got to have fun when we talk about our regular topics, too.
Yeah, y'all gotta bring me on for a regular topic. I can talk about any and everything.
Yeah,
Pull
I
up.
have no
we'll get you back. We'll get you back. But tonight we definitely wanted to highlight the brand and highlight women's football because, like we were saying, that's a big deal. That's a big deal, and then I think it's giving women some real purpose and drive out there. So we're happy to see it.
Any retired NFL players, please hit up English in her DMs.
I was not about to read that.
I mean, we gotta tune into the comments. We're not gonna let our fans go unheard. So
for the
hit up English in
DSPs,
the
no doubt.
DMs. She prefer them with locks and dark skin and kind of strong. Yeah, she like old dudes. So you got like a worms or something like that. Do your
Shout out
thing.
to Shout out to
What
Nah,
happened?
nothing, bro. Nothing. Go ahead, wrap it up, man. On that note.
On that note, this podcast is
I've been married, man, all day.
done.
Till next week, family love.
Peace.